It's considered an essential for a 21st century economy, but Britain has barely 10% of households connected to full-fibre broadband. Now Labour claim to have the answer, a new state-owned company which will get the service to every home within 10 years.
A universal public service. And once it's up and running, instead of you forking out your monthly bill, we'll tax the giant corporations fairly. I hope they're listening to this. We're going to tax you fairly. That includes Facebook and Google. That will help to cover the running costs of this.
Under his plan, a Labour government would carve out of BT a new state-owned company, British Broadband. Current BT shareholders would have to accept compensation in the form of government bonds, which many claim would be worth less. Labour say the set-up cost would be around £20 billion, with running costs at £230 million a year, which would be funded partly from new taxes on big tech companies like Amazon and Google. Boris Johnson has a new bus with a familiar message, but he had this to say about Labour's economic plans, including today's announcement.
I think it's absolutely terrifying. I have to say, I think their programme is truly scary, disastrous for this country.
Specifically, he called Labour's broadband announcement a crackpot scheme, saying he'll support the private sector for full-fibre rollout.
We are future-proofing our network.
Except now, in a Labour future, the network of BT Openreach would be nationalised. The organisation which speaks for the industry said today that Labour's cost estimates are far too low and that the consumer would miss out as private companies could no longer compete.
Where you have one consumer provider, you'd be ringing the government up effectively when your broadband goes down. And I think that ultimately competitive pressure will make the response to that phone call a lot better than a government civil servant.
But Labour believe people are ready to see this as a public utility, not a service delivered by the private sector, and that enough of them may be ready to vote for it. Andy Bell, 5 News.